Hi everybody, Vicky here. I'm here today with Hope. Our beautiful journals coming together slowly. I'm trying very hard to work on one journal at the moment, and one journal alone. Isn't quite working, but I'm working towards it. Anyway, enough of that. One night when I was playing around, when I couldn't sleep, now, I'm not saying I haven't seen this anywhere, I haven't invented it, you know, somebody's done it. I'm just saying how I come to have this. This was in my leftovers. I do believe it was a page from when Amelia and I were here together, and it's just a little folio, so you open it up and we've got these two little tags, and we've got a little pocket there each. I'm not completely happy with how on my colour choice or on the tags, to tell you the truth, so I think this will remain like a reference for me to think about it occasionally if I'm trying to find something to make. But anyway, I've done it the wrong way around. Sorry, my brain says it's got to go back right. So I've just put two little pockets on there and little tags, like I said. Now this is a dyed paper that has been glued on. So I folded it into thirds. I've put the first third glued down to the back of the folio. I put some little tape around just to make it look interesting, and I've made it. And I put washi tape on there just to make that stronger, because we are pulling from there. So I thought, you know what, I think we'll make one of them today for Hope. I might take it up to just the twigs. So this is 49 and market, which is what the paper pack that I've chosen for this. So 7.5 would be 3.5, 3 3/4. I hope. We can always trim a bit off. Now hang on a minute. Yep. I'm not 100% sure whether or not I'm going to glue this in, or whether or not I'll do a paper clip and clip it in. If I glue it in, it means we have an extra spot for a tag to go behind it. Okay, so we've got that. We're at the beginnings. So what we want to do is we want a couple of little pockets. Specifically wanted as much pattern as I could pull off them. So that sits down into there like that. And that one sits maybe there. I might just take a fraction of that, then we'll put them down. I don't think we've done anything this weekend. I was supposed to go out to the theatre and dinner last night. I wasn't really feeling up to it, so we had a night at home instead. Happens like that sometimes. Okay, so we've inked around, and I'm now just going to be gluing the pockets on. As you can see, just get a dry baby wipe and just get it in there. So that's down. Now we want to put this one down above it. Size and modes and groans from a lady with an old lady's body. A bit crabby today, my shoulder. Oh, we've all got troubles. Get over it. Move on. We're here as a distraction, aren't we? Always. Okay, so we've got those down nicely. So that's our pockets done. We're just basing it off that one there. Doesn't have to be the same. Now what I want is a nice piece of paper. Now this one's also wider. So we that fits there, that goes there like that. And that looks like it's going to go over. It's just a bit annoying. We'll put it down and then we'll adjust it. Louie and Cody thought it was necessary to carry on as they are wont to do at times. I'll just leave you there like that. Oh, it does fit in. Okay, that's all good. I was a bit worried it wasn't going to fit in, but I thought, oh, hang on a minute, I thought I just did everything I could to make it fit. And maybe it might have been better not to round the corners, because this might look a bit silly when it's out. I'll just tidy it up anyway. So there we've got the bones. Basically that's our little folio done, and all we've got to do now is decide on how we're going to decorate it and what tags we're going to use. Here I've got that little bit of a flap. Now remember I said to you that, oh, I don't know now, I had to stop recording for a minute. Just made this to make it just that little bit stronger, even though I probably will put a bit of washi tape along there as well, just because I think it'll look nice. So if we just put that there like that, just to glue it down. Okay, so now we've got that sorted. I've got the front, go inside, pull out, got the back, and let's go. Let's see what we can do with this little one. So I do have a few rub-ons here. I think this might be a Tim Holtz stitching one. And you usually find if you get a little bit of resistance, you know that you haven't rubbed it down properly. So now we want some little tags to go in there. That's our next step, so we may as well do something there. We need some paper. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. I'll just do the inking around them. Okay, pardon me. I've got everything inked up and I've selected the tags that I'm going to use and what I'm doing. Just before I pop this away, what I was going to say is this is just going to be forever in my ideas file because I'm not happy with that at all. But once you've looked at it and gone, yep, I know how to make it, pop it away. Don't look at it again. Otherwise, what you're going to do is you've got a great, you've got an idea to do a piece of ephemera in this book. But if you keep that one in front of you, once you've got the, the bones of it done, you're going to be making the same thing over and over and over again. Whereas if you just put it away and just let your head go, each time you decorate it, it'll look a little bit different. I just decided to leave this in and do it on fast forward because those that know how to do it know how to do it. But I was just thinking that if there's a new person who's looking to figure out what's going on, I'm just putting these tabs at the top of the tags. I decided to round the bottoms of them because they go in and out of the pocket easier, and I've kept I didn't cut it into a tag shape just so it looks a little bit different. And the other thing I mentioned is when I've cut the tabs out, I cut them out of a little bit of manila folder that was left over that had patterning on it, and I was just saying that I was putting the more detailed side of that tab out because it will show as you saw from the front. So I'm just a little bit busy. Wish I could move that fast actually, but that's all that's going on there. So I just thought I'd leave it in and let you see the process. Okay, I've done the same thing here with the washi tape. I've just sped it up like crazy, so you probably won't see much. But all I'm doing is taking the washi tape. Here I did put it on the, remember I kept that little turn over for extra strength. So I've just put a row of washi tape down there. And then I'm just putting washi tape in random different places. So this is a beautiful wide piece of 49er market washi tape, which is truly beautiful, and I'm just cutting it into strips and then laying it down on different places. So I didn't think there was any need for you to see all of it at normal speed, but for those who were wondering, I've just left that bit in. I think I've got enough tape there now, on there and on there. And what I'm going to do this time that I didn't do on the other one, I'm just going to put a little bit of stamping on it, just very lightly. So I don't know how dark this is going to come out, so just a little bit of crackle. So you see, you don't have a blank page now. That's not a blank page, and yet there's oodles of space for you to write. It's just oh my goodness, it's getting so humid. There must be a storm at the time, 5 o'clock. It's not quite the tropics where it's 5 o'clock or 5:30, here comes the storm. We used to live in New Guinea in 3 or 4 lifetimes ago, and you'd know the time of day by the storm coming in. It was like clockwork. Now that was humid weather, but then again, humidity is humidity, isn't it? I think that would do. Now I was going to do, well, I do some little stamps, because I'll do this because I always put script down, and this obviously hasn't had much work, this little stamp. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. And as you can see, I'm not going for perfect images. I'm just basically mark making, really. I don't even know if you can see it. It is there and you can see it, but it's not, you can write over it, so you don't have to worry about messing it up because it's already got stuff on it, and it's subtle enough that it's not going to impair your journaling. So that pretty much sums it up. So we've got our little booklet. We can open it up. It's got its 2 tags. It's got its journaling page. Now what we need to decide is we need to decide, I'll get rid of that. What I'm thinking I might do is I was going to put it on that pin page. And I am sorry, when I opened up and saw my bookmark, I thought, oh, we're working on this page. I forgot we were actually going to do something on that bag, but that doesn't matter. And this is really bugging me. There's just that little bit there that's overhanging. What I'm thinking is, if we were to put it there like that, we could put a long thin tag behind it. So it could sit up there. And then we could put a little bit of, although I've put that right in the middle, I'm just wondering about a closure for it, or whether or not just being in there, I think eventually that's going to close. So I'm getting distracted. What we need now is we need a little something there. It's my porch prints, these little girls. So it is beautiful. It is just beautiful. What I might do is just see if it looks alright, cut down a bit. I've got bits of stuff flying everywhere here. I'll cut you off even first. I like that. It's a nice little pop of colour as well. So I am just going to add a little bit more stick to this. Okay, I think that's done now. That's the front of it. I just did a little rub on up there, and the little girl, the bit of lace, cut her down. We go in here, we've got that, and then on the back we'll close it up. Now I'm not 100% sure on whether it's going to be stuck in or put in with a paper clip that you can get it in and out, but I do think the weight of the journal will hold that down eventually. So I was thought that maybe I could put a ribbon around it, but I've put that right smack in the middle, so I could probably do a little magnet or a little Velcro sticky dots if it's going to be a problem, but I don't think it will be a problem. I don't think it'll flap too much once it's in the pages. So now that's that done. So now what we need to do is we need to go to the back end, and what are we going to do on here? And this here will probably get stuck down to there and become a pocket. So we shall, what I've got in mind is I've got this, I've had this cut, so that's what I've cut it out of, metallic, and then it sits there like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that as a little ratty notebook, but I'm thinking of having it on like a Velcro or something so that you can pull it out to make it easier to write on. So now we just want to put a little notebook together. So I'll go for size. We'll get our journal out of the way. It's not too bad. Now we've got to see whether or not it's going to fit. That goodies is we've got our lovely little gold doors that open up into a little pad. I was thinking about making it to remove it, but with all the time where I am anyway worrying about the bulk of the journals I do, so I'm thinking it will be better and you'll still be able to use it. So I've kind of made a compromise. I've already sewn that little booklet down, and I'm just going to glue it to the top, and I've put some seam binding around the back of it. We'll just let that go off for a second. So that's our little notebook, sits nice and snug in there. So I've got a little bit of seam binding, and take notice of the moose, the deer, whatever. I'm going to glue that into the journal so our seam binding stays where it is, but by putting that there we'll turn that into a pocket, and by gluing over that seam binding, in case it come a little bit unglued, it's not, the tag's not going to foul on it at all. So this is our little opening page with a little bit of that really nice paper that I like a lot, and I thought that this little bit's just bopping about and we may as well use it up, because why not? Little bits like that get a bit hard to keep track of and end up getting destroyed, so ruined. I thought, well, why not? We can use up every little bit that we've got where we can. And then the other one that I've got there is in a full sheet. So I have a little container that I keep the ones that I'm using in, and my new one, the ones that haven't been cut into, I keep them in a separate little file folder, so that I use I haven't got 15 different sheets on the go trying to keep everything together. So that looks nice in there. It's something a little bit nice to look through the church doors. Reminds me of a cathedral. It's all very grand, so that'll sit nicely like that. It says live, love, laughter. Laugh, live, love, laugh. And the little laugh. Oh, the plastic come away before I had that. Oh, what's I saying about the little things, Vic? That's it. And we can tie this in a bow like that. But on this pink one here, I'm thinking we'll glue this down so that will sit there like that. Smack in the middle, I think. Down a little bit in case we want to put something across the top, or we could even put something small down the bottom. So that is going to be a spot for a tag to go as well. So, and this is where I say don't worry about what you use just to hold that seam binding, because that paper will hold, whereas that seam binding might roll a little bit and like move about and come loose after a while. Don't think it would, but it doesn't take but a second to grab a bit of scrap paper and just, I guess it's just buying a little bit of insurance, isn't it? And make sure you've got it up. My dear, you just confused me. Make sure that you have it orientated the right way. Because I've got the deer upside down, I just glued the top instead of the bottom, but fortunately I noticed it, so that was a bit of an oops. So when I turn it over, it looks like that. So I'd like to get it as near there we go. So that's like that, and I think that's kind of cute. So it's a little thing inside a big page, but we can put a little quote down there if we like. I think that'd be nice, or we could put just a little bit of ruffle, just a small piece across there and a quote down there. You can certainly build on that page, but that's what we've done for today. We've got our little notebook there, and then we've got our folder wherever she put it. She says completely together and completely organised. Don't panic, I've got this. Here it is here. So today we made two more things for Hope. There is, I think this is just cute as, and it's so simple, and that will go into the pink page, which is there. So from that page we go to that one, which is a little bit simpler, so it can go there to there. And at the end of the day, there's nothing set in stone, that just because I've fixed the other one at the back on here, this one has to go here, if you know what I mean. This can move, but this is where I've got it in. I'm mindful for it to go here. So I hope you've enjoyed working on Hope with me today. It is actually a real pleasure knowing I'm going to do a video. It's a little bit on the long side, but we've got 2 really good pieces of ephemera done for her. So on that note, thank you very much for watching my video. I really do appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed doing it. And I'll say goodbye for now. You be kind to you, and please be kind to the person standing next to you. Bye for now.